Welcome to our lesson today. Now, our target is going to be to finish a math chapter every day, every lesson. Okay. Today's chapter is going to be chapter 3, and we have to move as fast as we can. So, in chapter 3, remember, chapter 3 out of 50. And this is decimals, percentages, and rounding. This is our chapter 3, and let's move as fast as we can and see how it goes. Part 1, the first thing that you must know from chapter 3. So, by the end of the lesson, I want you to say, I now know chapter 3 in maths. I have 15 chapters to know. Now I know chapter 3. The first thing that you are supposed to do is you're supposed to know how to multiply and divide by this, what we call standard form, okay, or by a number with a power. How do you work with this? So let me explain to everybody what we mean when we say we have standard form. It is when you are having 10 with a power. So this is a power of 10. We want to see what do we get when we multiply and we divide by a power of 10. We are multiplying and dividing by powers of 10. What do you get? So let me help you. What you must know for this section, okay, of multiplying. Listen, I don't want to see anyone ever struggle with this again. Multiplying and dividing by powers of 10. We want to multiply and divide by powers of 10. How you do it is you must know what each power of 10 means. Do you want to multiply and divide by a power of 10? Yes, sir. Do you want to multiply and divide by a power of 10? Yes, sir. Victorson, you have to know what each power means. Do you hear me? What must you know? What each power means. So, let's start with the positive ones. 10 to the power of 0, 10 to the power of 1, 10 to the power of 2, 10 to the power of 3. Let's end at 10 to the power of 4. 10 to the power of 4. When you have 10 to the power 0, it means you are going to have 1. 10 to the power 0 is 1, okay? So I don't want to put the multiplication. We'll put it later. But 10 to the power 0 is 1. 10 to the power 1 is 10. To the power 2, it means now it has 2 zeros, that's 100. This one, you now have 3 zeros, that's 1,000. This now has 4 zeros, that's 10,000. So 10 to the power zeros, there are 0 zeros, that means it's just a 1. There are no zeros. 10 to the power 1, there is 1 0, which means it's a 10. To the power 2, there are 2 zeros, that's 100. Can you see? To the power 3, 1,000. 10 to the power 4, 10,000. I need you all to know this. Okay, you're not going to let me down here. Excuse me. After knowing the positives, you must know the negative ones. 10 to the minus 1, 10 to the minus 2, 10 to the minus 3, 10 to the minus 4. There is no 10 to the minus 0. It's still 10 to the 0. It's the same. So it's just 1. But 10 to the negative 1 now. It's still the same thing, but you now put them in the denominator. So 10 to the power 1 means there is 1 10, but in the denominator. There is 1 0, but in the denominator. So it's a 1 over 10. Here there are 2 zeros, but in the denominator. So it's 1 over 100, 100. Okay? In the denominator. 10 to the 3, it's 1 over 1,000. 3 zeros. 10 to the 4, 1 over 10,000. 4 zeros. Are we together? Are we together? Have you seen this? Yes. It's the same as what you are saying here. 10 to the negative 2. It's 2 zeros, but in the denominator. Now let's see how we can then multiply. Now everything becomes easy because we now know what the standard form means. Okay? Give me a second. Okay, let's multiply now. Everything becomes easy. Right. Let's do this first one. They tell us work out. Let's do the questions. Because we now know what each means. So they say work out. Then they give us the things to work out. Let's see what they want us to work out. Number 1. 2.5 times 10 to the power 3. Number B. 12 times 10 to the power negative 2. Number C. 365 divided by 10 to the power 4. Number D. 0.45 divided by 10 to the power negative 3. Right. Solutions. Are you ready? Now, we'll go for it. First one. 2.5 times 10 to the power 3. What do we get here? When we do 2.5 times 10 to the power 3, what are we getting? Well, it means you are going to 2.5 and you are moving the comma. Let me change it. We know what 10 to the power 3 means. It means 1 with 3 zeros. That means 1,000. So it's like 2.5 times 1,000, okay? We need you to do that. First, change the standard form. You should show us what it means because you know what it means. So change it. Put what it means. 2.5 times 10 to the power 3. It's 2.5 by 1,000. Do you agree with me? Do you agree with me? It's 2.5 by 1,000 because it has to have 3 zeros. There we have it. And it's multiplying. Now, what does that mean now? Now we must know what it means when we multiply by 1,000. It means we are moving the comma 3 times to the right. So it's going 1, then 2, then 3. So it becomes 2, 5. Here when we moved it, there was nothing, so we put a 0. We moved it again, there was nothing, so it's a 0. So it's 2,500. This is the final solution of 2.5 times 10 to the power 3. You move the comma 3 times, okay? The first time it went behind 5. The second time it went behind nothing, so a 0. Here again, the third time it went behind nothing, so another 0. So that is why we put 2 0. Now, what about part B? 12 times 10 to the negative 2. 12 times 10 to the negative 2. Well, first thing, we need to change the standard form. We know what it means, so let's change it. It's 12 times 10 to the negative 2 means 2 zeros, but in the denominator. So 12 times 1 over 100, the 2 zeros. Now, when you multiply by 1 over 100, it's the same thing as dividing by 100. So it's 12 over 100. And this becomes 12 over 100. It means you are dividing by 100, which is you are moving the commas to the left. When we were multiplying, we were moving the commas to the right. So here we're moving the commas to the left. How many times, students? How many times? How many zeros are these? 2 zeros. So how many times? 2 times. So you go to 12 here. You move the comma once. You can write with a pencil somewhere. 12. You move the comma once. Then you move the comma the second time. It's here in front of a 1. So this is 0. So it's 0.12. Because first the comma was after 12. The comma is here. You move it one step, it goes in front of 2. You move it the second one, it goes in front of 1. So this becomes 0.12. There we have it as a final solution. 0.12 as a final solution. Have you seen it? You multiply by 1000, you move the comma to the right. To the right. How many times? 3 times, because there are 3 zeros. Here you move the comma to the left because you are dividing. You move the comma to the left. How many times? 2 times. Right. Part C. 365 divided by 10 to the power of 4. Divided by 10 to the power 4. This is the same as saying 365. Then we say divided by 10 to the power 4 is 1 and 4 zeros, which is 10,000. So we are dividing by 10,000, which we know you can write it like this: 365 divided by 10,000. And this means you are moving the comma 4 times. Since you are dividing to the left, dividing moves to the left. Don't let me down. Let me take this call. All right, so this is what we were saying. You divide by 10,000, which means you are moving 4 zeros to the left. So it's going to be, let's move it. You put a 365, write it somewhere, okay? This number, write it somewhere with your pencil. Then move 4 times. 1, it comes here. 2, it comes here. 3, it comes here. 4, it comes here. So there's a 0 here. Okay, because it has skipped another number, which has to be a 0. That is what we'll be having. Sorry. So that is what happens. So the comma is here. It went in front of 5, in front of 6, in front of 3, then in front of a 0. So it's 0.0365. Are we together? This is what happens. So that's the answer. That's your final solution. Now let's do for the last one, which is this one. 0.45 times 10 to the negative 3. Is it divided by? Let's do it. Part D. 0.45 divided by 10 to the negative 3. So basically, I hope you are beginning to see how to do this. There are 2 steps. The first step is you must know how to change to standard, how to change to this to a normal number. That's the first thing you do. You change this 10 to the negative 3 to a number. So it's 0.45 divided by 10 to the negative 3 means there are 3 zeros but in the denominator. So it's 1 over 1,000. So this is the first step. Now the second step is to now make it simplified so that we can see if we are moving the comma to the right or to the left. Okay? So what you're going to say is, you'd say 0.45 divided by 1,000 is the same as saying is by 1 over 1,000. It's 0.45 divided by 1 over 1,000. This is what we have. Okay, this division sign is the same as this one. Now, there is a rule in maths which says you must never divide by fractions. You are not allowed to divide by fractions. If you are dividing by a fraction, you are going to say 0.45, then you multiply by, you flip the fraction. So when you are dividing by a fraction, you multiply, you change it to multiply. Never divide by a fraction. Never try to divide by a fraction. It means nothing. You change it to multiplication. But when you change it to multiplication, you must then flip the fraction. So here we flip it, it becomes 1,000 over 1. Just like here. We change it to multiplication. Instead of 1 over 1,000, it flips. It becomes 1,000 over 1, which is the same as 0.45 times 1,000. .45 times 1,000, which means we are now knowing what to do. We are now moving the comma to the what? Are we moving it to the right or to the left now when we are multiplying by 1,000 like this? We are moving to the right. Yes, we love to multiply. We move to the right. How many times? How many zeros are these? 3 zeros. So we move how many times? 3 times. Let's go. 1, 2, 3. Oh, so there'll be a 0 here. So it becomes 450. The comma is now here after this. So it's 450. This becomes your final solution, and you would have done very well. Are we together? So we can do these. All these we can do. All these we can do them. Number 4a. Number 4, whole number 5. Let's go for it, right? The whole of number 4, the whole of number 5. We can do it because we now know what it means. Right, let's go for it with part 1.